People used to say that the house at number 20 Ruchi Street was built with cement, blocks, and tears. It was a tall, two-story building in a crowded part of town, painted cream but stained with age and anger. From outside, it looked like any other rental house. But inside, fear lived there rent-free. The owner was Mama Adesua. Mama Adesua was a woman in her late 50s, tall and heavy-set, with sharp eyes that missed nothing. Her wrapper was always tight, her head tie always firm, and her voice was louder than the generator that powered the whole compound. Every tenant feared the sound of her footsteps. When Mama Adesua walked into the compound, conversations died. Children ran inside, doors closed quietly. Even grown men avoided her eyes. Not because she was rich, not because she was powerful, but because she was wicked. She collected rent like a debt collector sent from hell. If your rent was late by one day, she would knock on your door before sunrise. "Open this door. Do you think this is your father's house?" She didn't care if you were sick. She didn't care if your child was crying. She didn't care if you begged. To Mama Adesua, tenants were not humans. They were money with legs. Among the tenants was a young widow named Nkechi. Nkechi lived in a single room with her 2 children. Her husband had died in a motor accident 2 years earlier, leaving her with nothing but debts and grief. She sold vegetables in the market to survive, waking before dawn and returning late, tired but hopeful. For months, she struggled to keep up with rent. One evening, Mama Adesua stormed into the compound like a thunderclap. "Nkechi!" she shouted. "Come out here with my money." Nkechi came out holding her youngest child, her eyes already wet with fear. "Mama, please," she said softly. "Give me 2 weeks. I will sell more tomatoes." 2 weeks? Mama Adesua laughed. A cold, wicked laugh. 2 weeks? Do I look like your mate? Before anyone could stop her, she grabbed Nkechi's plastic chair and flung it across the compound. The children screamed. That night, Mama Adesua did something no one expected. She ordered Nkechi out. Right there. Right then, Nkechi's clothes, pots, mattress, everything was thrown into the gutter. The rain started falling as if the sky itself was crying. People watched. No one spoke, because helping Nkechi meant becoming Mama Adesua's next target. As Nkechi knelt in the mud, holding her children, she looked up at Mama Adesua and said something very quietly, something only Mama Adesua heard. "You will remember today." Mama Adesua scoffed and turned away. She did not know that those words were not a curse. They were a promise. That same night, while the compound slept, Nkechi wrapped her children in one cloth and walked through the dark streets. She did not go to the police. She did not go to church. She went somewhere else. Somewhere people went only when all doors had closed. And as Mama Adesua slept peacefully on her soft bed, unaware of what had been set in motion, something ancient listened. The next morning, Mama Adesua woke up feeling unusually light. She stretched on her bed, satisfied, convinced she had done the right thing. "Stubborn people," she muttered to herself. "If you allow them small space, they will sit on your head." She bathed, dressed, and stepped into the compound like a queen inspecting her kingdom. But something felt off. The compound was too quiet. Normally, By that time, tenants would be rushing to work, greeting her nervously, avoiding eye contact. That morning, doors still opened, but no one greeted her. Not even the children. Mama Adesua stopped walking. She looked around slowly. Amina, the tailor, passed her without saying good morning. Kunle, the mechanic, looked her straight in the face and kept walking. Even old Mama Bisi, who always begged her for small time, didn't kneel. Mama Adesua frowned. "Have you people become mad?" she barked. No one answered. For the first time in years, Mama Adesua felt something crawl under her skin. Disrespect. Later that day, she went into Nkechi's former room to inspect it. The room still smelled like onions and dry pepper. A child's drawing was still stuck to the wall, a house with stick figures holding hands. Mama Adesua tore it down and spat on the floor. Nonsense. As she turned to leave, her foot hit something hard. She looked down. It was Nkechi's broken mirror, the one that fell during the eviction. Mama Adesua bent to pick it up, but the moment she looked into it, her heart skipped. For a second, just 1 second, her reflection did not smile back. She dropped the mirror immediately. "Rubbish," she said aloud, though her voice was not as firm as usual. That evening, as darkness settled over the compound, Mama Adesua sat alone on her balcony counting money. She loved the sound of it. It reminded her of control. Suddenly, a child cried.